The Project Cars 2 New Zealand Championship is accelerating into its 4th week. We're off to Hockenheim and Nordschleife. Straight away, the tournament leader Penne established himself once again by qualifying with pole challenger Scott McQueen following very close behind.
Penny's going to take the whole shot into the first corner. Watch him behind. It's a super tight, narrowing first turn, so there might be a little bit of carnage behind.
The race started off pretty cleanly with no crazy turn 1 dives to be seen as the standings stayed mostly unchanged. Not happy settling for second, however, McQueen pushed himself ahead of Penne and held a few tenths over his competitor before clocking over into lap 5. As the rain set in, the race quickly turned into a slip and slide before the racers had the opportunity to get into the pit lane and switch off the slicks. After the race had briefly stalled in the pits, the formation quickly found itself back to normal as the snowy weather of lap 10 fast approached. Even though Penne failed a few manoeuvres to take his spot back, a mistake on the final corner from McQueen made an easy overtake for the championship leader.
McQueen though pushes wide, he's on the marbles, comes back in, and there goes Penne the change there.
The finish was a sight to behold with crashes, overtakes and slides.
Can Scott McQueen send it down the inside? There's drama up ahead, they've hit.
He pushes. Will they allow Robinson? No. Penne holds it on. Penne doing a great job at defending his position. This is the last point. 3-way. Penne, McQueen, Robinson. Who's going to get that final one?
So
McQueen,
here we go.
He's got to take a look.
Into the stadium section. This is a super hard part of the circuit to make any passing maneuvers. This corner has to be the one where he sent it down the inside. Penne goes defensive. Scott McQueen has his line compromised, and it looks like Michael Robinson has actually given him a tap up the...
Is he going to be able to control it?
Scott McQueen has taken the lead. There's more drama. Michael Robinson is
taking out. He takes out McQueen.
Scott McQueen is going to drop down to P3, and Josh Ritchie is going to move into second. Can Josh Ritchie steal the lead from Penne? Penne is going to have to defend hard. Here goes Ritchie down the inside. This is brilliant racing. Josh Ritchie.
He's pushing.
Can
he's pushing
he
him
take
out.
the lead? It's a drag race to the finish. Josh Ritchie, you
Ritchie
absolute
and McQueen.
legend.
Penne.
Can he do it? Oh, McQueen snags P2. McQueen's going to get the lead. McQueen might have won.
McQueen ended up on top in an absolute classic final corner with the final standings coming down to a matter of centimetres. With everyone's hearts racing, the players lined up for Nordschleife and the action was ready to kick off. With the blizzard already raging, the track was ready for an absolute spectacle. With more slips and spins, the action did not disappoint. But by the end of lap 1, the grid had totally shaken up as the usual suspects struggled to make an appearance above 4th position, which was held by our top contender Penne. Ethan Moore established and held a leading spot throughout lap 2, with Jake Parker refusing to fall into the crowd and solidifying his place in second. A small battle grew between Manila, Penne and McQueen as the competition leaders began their charge for the podium. Closing out on his first podium finish, Ethan Moore charged through the storm quite literally to emerge with the top grab of the points. The familiar faces Scott McQueen and Jordan Penne rounded out the rest of the podium to further pull ahead in the championship. Be sure not to miss any of the action as the Project Cars 2 New Zealand Championship returns next week on Sky Sport, 7:30 PM Tuesday.